Well, hello there. Welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily, and despite having 4 engines, this is a Lockheed Tristar. So this is a Tristar at RF Brize Norton. So the Royal Air Force was probably the most prolific operator of the Tristar, and the most long term. The Tristar didn't last all that long in regular passenger service due to sort of the death of the 3-engine aircraft. As you can see, we've got a 4th engine here, so I'll be honest, I loaded this in by accident, but this 4th engine is here. So this obviously engine functions, this one doesn't. And this is, we're transporting this out to Cyprus for a Tristar that needs a replacement engine. So flying that out there. As you can see, the high loaders are loading other supplies on board. It would be Menzies, I believe the RF do their own ground handling. And you can see this RF Brize Norton. This is a wonderful freeware scenery. I can't remember the creator, but I will try to credit them in the link down below. I'm using freeware scenery today, but a paid aircraft. This, of course, is the iniBuilds Lockheed Tristar. Hello. That's cool, right? That you can walk up this close. I do just want to close the right one door. Cargo forward, cargo aft, bulk cargo. They can all open up. We'll also plug a ground power unit in. Now I'll do a menu, panel states, and we'll bring us into an on GPU state, please. So the aircraft is sort of waking up a bit now. You can see we're going to navigate using GPS today, because this is a very analog aircraft. We aren't going to be using the old FMS system. I may do a future video with that, but this is meant to be a sort of 2014-2015 era flight, so using the Garmin on the dashboard. How vintage is this? I love it. Flight engineers, again, this will probably be, yeah, the penultimate aircraft, the flight engineer in the RAF, because it was these and the E3s that had them. Hello. I understand why they went, I really do, but oh, they're nice in here. There we go, panel state. I am going to have to get a manual up for this, though. Okay. Let's just figure out where we are. Now, I'm going to quickly get the iniBuilds. Tristar manual.
Good morning.
So good, the GPS is preloaded. That would be funny.
Welcome on board.
This guy does not help ride straightforward surface. Yeah, no, I'm not reading this until I do paper manuals.
Hello. Good morning.
Normal procedures, page 122. They don't really want checklists, they actually want the procedure
May I
list
see your
here.
boarding pass? Hello. Hello.
That's controls.
This way, please.
No, that's fine. Sorry, it's just taking me a moment. I should have had this up in advance. But I am actually super excited to actually fly this thing.
This way, please.
Because look at it. It's so vintage. Like, there's elements I recognise from other aircraft. So the autopilot panel here. You've got control wheel steering, command steering. So control wheel steering, the autopilot stays in. But the MCP doesn't control it. Your control wheel does. So stuff like that, which is quite fun. Flight directors, they're standard. But also, parts of this are just so vintage.
Hello.
It's wonderful.
May I see your boarding pass? This way.
Okay, I don't know why we've got that door opened. Apparently we're ventilating it.
Hello.
Also, so obviously this is a more modern scenery than 2015 because you've got the Voyagers. So these are the A330s that replaced the Tristars for the RAF. What's that on the spine, I wonder? And that's air stairs already pushed up to the aircraft. You've then, of course, got the other RAF heavy lift aircraft over here. So you've got the Globemaster, the C-17 that repatriated the Queen's body to back to London after the after she passed away at Balmoral in Scotland. And then of course you've got the this is the government delivered A330. It still does normal A330 duties, so it's got the tanker pods on, but it's the one that's used to fly the Prime Minister around. And lastly, of course, an aircraft we've already flown on the channel, the A400. And we're the only Tristar in town. The colour match is quite good to these liveries, actually. It does actually look like quite a small aircraft, doesn't it? Like, it doesn't look tall. Also, it doesn't look long. Like, the A330 looks quite long. Okay, I'll fix this for the next flight. Boarding 78 passengers to fly them out to Akoitiri. So Akoitiri, fun fact about Akoitiri, it's an RAF base, but it's actually on British soil even though it's in Cyprus. So for example, Lakenheath, which is a US military base in the UK, that is a US military base but it's on British soil, whereas Akoitiri is British territory. So, normal prep. I'm going to take us straight to pre-start. Boarding complete. Outstanding. I'll jump back into the cockpit and just say GSX. And prepare for pushback and departure. Oh, I can weather the aircraft, that's quite fun. Let's have a look at what that looks like. So, if I just put it to fully filthy. Fully weathered.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
I've not noticed anything there. I'll check the trailing edges. No, there's no visual difference there, so that must just be like a performance thing. So all my doors are closed. We're ready for departure. The load sheet. I'm not important from SimBrief, but I've got about right there. So we are quite heavily laden. Well, not heavily laden, but also got decent amount of fuel on board. OFP. Not required because that's not. I've not used SimBrief for this today. I should have. We'll sync with the sim. We'll do a flaps 10 departure.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Stand by 1, please. I need to get us onto APU. You know what? I'm going to say ready for takeoff because I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Basically, I'm going to cheat and have a set engine started, and then we'll actually do the flying of the aircraft today. Now it's looking at the sheet, it's 2:08 for departure, so we need, no it's not, it's behind us for the departure. So it's not a long taxi out today particularly.
Locking gear.
Go nuts home. I'm waiting for my engines to start. So the reason I'm starting the engines now, not after we take out, after we push, is I need the APU online, and to be honest, I'd rather just do it whilst I'm stationary, not worrying about other things and having man shouting at me. Today's a bit, yesterday was a good day though. So yesterday I went to the deep in Hull.
Release parking brakes, please.
No. No. Actually, no, I'm on APU now, so I can.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger. Yeah, just making sure that's functional. Right, this is my first sim flight in a few weeks, so it's going to be quite good to do a flight control check when we get out onto the taxiway. So you make sure everything still works, everything's plugged in correctly. So it would be the flight engineer taking care of engine start really for most of the part here, so see 32 squadron, correction, 216 squadron, 30 years the Tristar. Not the Phoenix, the bomber, it's close. I believe 216 Squadron was initially Bomb Squadron from, like, my vague memory history of RF squadrons. So like I say, obviously we're flying that engine out for a Tristar that's lost its engine.
Please set parking brakes.
Love it. Bloody love it. Right. Park brakes
Waiting
out.
your confirmation for a good engine start.
Yeah, good engine
Cockpit
start.
to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Engine 2 start, but 1 just isn't starting, so I'm just going to recycle that. Yeah, so you can see it's setting itself up there. No. I think because we moved, that threw it off. But we spotted it, and we can deal with it. G-Star's our registration today. We're not actually, so registration on RF aircraft.
Unlocking gear.
On UK MIL aircraft, you've got like basically it begins with a Zulu, and so in this case Zulu Delta. Let's see if it's got a reg on it. Probably doesn't. No, that doesn't have a reg on its delivery, but like I believe there's basically different types of aircraft get different suffix. So it's like ZX is something different, I think, from memory. I would say that's a 5 tip, but I'm honestly not 100%. So that's a good start on 1. Now we're just waiting on 3 to come up.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Roger.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Roger that. Have a good day. There's 2 guys driving that tug. Like I said, it's not a Menzies thing. I do believe the RAF does pushback and like ground handling. I'm excited for this flight. It's gonna be a good one. Look at that! Like, how many aircraft have you flown that have been in active service with the military in the last 20 years? Got the escape hatch up there. That's fun. That got wood paneling in them. Like, it's just unheard of. Right. Engine 3 is stabilised, so we're getting 3 coming to life now. No, we're not. Watch this. Jump cut. Oh, we're 3 engines. Also, it's very quiet in here. I've thought of something we can do whilst we're waiting for the aircraft to get ready. So we'll do our climb-wise speed. So we're going to do VT plus 15 is traditional. That's 170 knots. Because V2 is 155. Check my maths at your peril. Our initial heading on takeoff. We'll do that based off the runway line up on the runway. Vertical speed, disregard, heading course, select altitude. So we're going to go straight up to cruise, because yeah, UK military aircraft. Okay, so I want to go to... Go flight level 320, flaps 10 is set, which is plugged in by the flight engineer. Thank you, flight engineer. Right, let's taxi off and see how this goes. Really quickly, the flight control check. Full left, full right, full back, full forward. Outstanding. And full right rudder down. I know I need to get some new flight controls. Look at how much my rudder's jittering. Should have turned out to the left, but we'll taxi past all these lovely other RAF aircraft. So generally, it would probably be unlikely that the RF would do this in real life, and that they'd probably have a C-17 fly the engine out, or a C-130. But it's one of those, I understand why, basically. But, you know what, I understand why it's not realistic, and I understand why it's, necessarily probably better for them to do it the way that I've just talked about. But I also think it's probably quite, just something a bit different for us to get to have a go at this. Is that Trump Force 1? No, it's a Moroccan Embraer. I'm not confident in saying much. I'm quite confident in saying that probably wouldn't be here. That there, I believe that is the largest, one of the largest hangars in the UK when it was built, and the largest lean-to structure. So basically, like, is it lean-to? Yeah, yeah. Basically, I think it's the depth that makes it so big, effectively, not the length. But that was where they maintained the VC-10s back in the day. That's another aircraft I'd love to get in flight sim. Bit more vintage, but oh, good aircraft. Good aircraft is VC-10. You don't really get. I'm not sure how much of the like creaks and groans of this aircraft you're getting, so I'm going to bump the audio up ever so slightly. And I'm just going to go with the external cam quickly. So we've got a whole bunch of A400s. There's our departure end, our departure runway. Okay, so aircraft's ready for takeoff. We've got clearance to go. Okay, next up at Akoitiri. So it would probably just be a round trip. It's about a 2,000 mile flight, so it's about 4 hours. So I'm going to be doing it as a... obviously I'll fly the aircraft out and then we'll pretend that another crew's going to take it back. Just idle the throttle. I'm just going to double check. Toe brakes work. Should have checked that sooner. VIA left. Uh-oh. Yeah, approach this a bit hot. No, don't VIA left. VIA straight. We can do an intersection takeoff in this thing. Sure, why not? So, we're gonna... auto throttle... no auto throttle hold. No auto throttle hold. That was the wrong number. Yes, I took a wrong turn there. But let's have a look at the... yeah, I am fine going from here. So literally, like, on one of the hills over here, which we could probably see if we flew like a little Cessna around, is Jeremy Clarkson's pub. The Farmer's Dog, is it? Yeah, the Farmer's Dog. There we go, we'll just spin around into the runway. Just stop the aircraft. So hold it on the toe brakes. And yeah, back in the cockpit we go. So I'm gonna stand them up. Toe brakes off. 80 hold, release. Yeah, just do 3.6 for the trim. 80 hold is set, sorry, so that's auto throttle now going in and holding the aircraft, so the flight engineer's job, to be honest with you, but oh, I lost my GPS. That's not great. What caused that, I wonder? No, I'm not okay, I'm going to fly the aircraft. V1. I wouldn't like to try to stop that with V1. Okay, I'm taking the aircraft into the air. Gear up, please. Look how she climbs. Like a homesick angel. Enter that. Enter again. Maybe this side. That could even be at that. That's actually about the right shape of the wheels and stuff. So it just shows like it's, yeah. Okay, and we'll unpause now that we've got that going again. I'll take flight director's name. Thrust management switch. Okay, auto throttle hold, please. IAS hold and decline at 186 knots. So, at the moment, this is looking like a field return because my GPS keeps crashing. Is there a way for me to turn this off? Not that I can think offhand. We will climb ahead, so we'll just contact, let's see, there must be a speed hold on this thing, right? Must be. We'll just scroll altitude down to 4,000, and just pan, well not pan, but Brize on target, good afternoon, it's Ascot 1-2, looking to return to the field within that problem. We should be safe for an immediate return. Alright, I've throttled back now. Right, 6,000. We're at 6,000 feet. One level off. Going to get one last chance, and then we'll do a return to the field. Okay. Just do a turn on course. Turn back over. See if we can locate anything with that. Gentle climbing, but nothing too mega. Where's the VS gauge on this thing? Okay, 1,500 feet per minute. That's actually fine. There is a bit of an offset plugged in now, but so I'm literally just flying the aircraft now. Now we climbed out and about heading about 280, so I need to return on a heading of 080. So we've got an aircraft in front of us that's 500 above. If that TCAS screen's frozen. Basically, if we continue our flight, there we're no conflict with anyone, I don't believe. I could go 070 just to improve my intercept odds there. That's 08. And that's 070. What we can actually do is just and then we'll just do alt hold. No, alt hold. So it's just gonna, yeah, the aircraft should sort itself out here potentially. So we're going, and then heading mode. Okay, so Brize Norton, set call, Brize Norton Tower, good evening, it's, good morning, correction, it's Ascot 1-2 again. Yeah, we've self-resolved enough issues, we're happy to continue. Roger. Turn heading 129 upon intercepting track. Contact London Mill. On insert frequency here. Roger, contact London Mill, good evening. Good afternoon. So, I'm just going to fly this on a heading course, I think. Probably the best way. Or is it actually going to catch an intercept? It's catching an intercept, good. So we'll just do a look, is it VOR capture? No, INS capture, haha, INS mode. So there we go, we'll now continue our climb out. So, I'm going to, oh god, I'm quick here. And you didn't take the flaps up. Why have I got 3 people in this cockpit and none of us thought to take the bloody flaps in? Right. Auto throttle armed. I can just my, ooh. EPA, that goes to EPA mode now. So, so that was for takeoff. I don't want EPA. I don't want you to do that, thank you. It is appreciated. And we'll just chuck in like 240 knots. And then IAS mode. And then an altitude armed of 320 again. Or correction 310 we'll go with, because that's the correct one for the directional heading. So that's IAS check. INS in, so that's the aircraft basically now set up for its flight. It will turn on course, whether it's the last thing it fucking does. But I'll manage that now. As we get back to our interceptor track. But there you go. So, well, the aircraft's climbing. No, it's not. It's descending because... Okay. No, that's not... My God, this thing is weird. We'll just do VS and do plus. Right, now go to IS mode. I'm now overspeeding the aircraft. So I'm just closing my throttle. And then I'm just going to hit IS as I go past 250 in the climb. Or heck, 260. No, actually I can do 300 knots now, so I'll just do that, and then I'll do that. And then I'll just put my throttles back to a nice sort of climb position. There you have it. Right, this aircraft's a pretty difficult flight actually, so yeah, we are going to fly down to Akoitiri though. And I'll see you guys when we get a little bit closer.